si Mr. John Gonkongwei Jr. kept on telling me, dream niya to bring the Philippine company niya abroad and take advantage of all the opportunities all over Asia. In fact, he's a major investor in Vietnam, doing very well. I know they're doing very well in Thailand. I know they're doing very well in ASEAN region and doing very well in China.
Hi everyone, we're back to part 2 of our fundamental qualitative analysis of the large conglomerate here in the Philippines. And we have Wilson Lee Flores back, historian, entrepreneur, owner of Kamuning Bakery. And what's nice about him is nakasalimuhan niya yung mga founders, yung mga entrepreneurs ng mga malalaking conglomerate niyan. And as what we said on the first video, na isa sa paborito niya na kaibigan niya, si Mr. John Gonkongwei. So let's do a deep dive. By the way, before I hand the mic over, JG Summit, it's not just JG Summit, may bangko yan, Robinsons Bank, may airline yan, Cebu Pacific, meron yan, property development, Robinsons Land, may retail din yan, they're exposed, at saka meron din silang Universal Robina Corporation na ngayon,
nasa Meralco pa sila.
Oh, tapos nasa PLDT din sila, tapos nagbebenta pa
PLDT pa sila.
Nagbebenta rin sila ng itlog sa Universal Robina. They're diversifying into so many branches right now. Pero let's go to the core. What do you like first about Gonkongwei and then the entire group?
Si Mr. John Gonkongwei Jr. is one of the most remarkable business leaders in the Philippines. Yan ang one person na tycoon na you can talk about the topic of derivatives and everything. Basta kahit na yung mga complicated financial things, you can talk to him about. He is very well read, even though he did not finish high school. Ang story ni Mr. John Gonkongwei Jr. is riches to rags to riches.
Riches.
He was born with a silver spoon, eldest son and eldest grandson and eldest great-grandson of a tycoon. His great-grandfather was the original self-made man in the family. Immigrant from China, went to Cebu, naging tycoon. By the second generation, alanganin na kasi yung lolo daw niya, hindi masyadong nagtrabaho daw. Like many children of tycoons and wealthy people, some people don't. By the third generation, tatay ni Gonkongwei was an okay businessman. Pero before he died suddenly, nakaproblemang negosyo. So, Mr. John Gonkongwei was age 13. The banks foreclosed on their big house, on their movie houses business. So, wiped out sila totally. So, he had to stop studying. And then World War II came. He became very enterprising. Naging trader, nagtrabaho sa uncle niya. And then made a success of himself on his own. Anong characteristics ng JG Summit Holdings? Same with the founder. Brilliant mind. And then number 1 yan. Number 2, very entrepreneurial. I'm not saying yung mga Ayala and the other wealthy families, pag second, third generation ka na, you can still be entrepreneurial, pero hindi yun ang priority. Ang priority is good corporate governance, running a corporation very well. Pero si Gonkongwei, his generation, and even his son pa rin, may pagka-entrepreneurial risk-taking pa siya. Si Gonkongwei, talagang would go into a business totally out of the blue, like airline business. He told his son daw, Lance, what do you think if we go into the airline business? Alam mo, sagot daw ni Lance. I don't know kung joke or totoo. Sabi daw ni Lance, that's the fastest way to be a billionaire. You start as a billionaire, you'll become a millionaire daw. Yun ang joke niya sa tatay niya. Sabi ng tatay niya, I already am starting one. You have to run it. Visionary siya. He wanted an airline from scratch. No relation at all to his real estate business, no relation to his food manufacturing business. Si John Gonkongwei Jr. is a visionary. Some of the businesses na ginawa niya, not purely for profits only. He wanted to build up the economy of the Philippines. So he went into a business called petrochemicals, na up to now is still a difficult industry. He just wants it kasi kailangan ng Pilipinas to have a petrochem complex. How could you be a modern economy without industry, without factories now na ganyan? They're very disciplined. they tend to be more economical and resourceful with resources. Matipid. People had this wrong idea of him na sobrang matipid. But when he needs to spend on investments, he will. Si Mr. John Gonkongwei Jr. kept on telling me, dream niya to bring the Philippine company niya abroad and take advantage of all the opportunities all over Asia. In fact, he's a major investor in Vietnam, doing very well. I know they're doing very well in Thailand. I know they're doing very well in ASEAN region and doing very well in China. Real estate, they have a mall. Di ako nakip-tak ng Cebu Pacific corporate developments. Pero alam ko, dream niya is to fly across the Pacific Ocean. He's like a hero for consumers. What do I mean by hero for consumers? Marami siya ginawa to bring down prices in the Philippines by being a competitor. Before, like Sun Cellular, nung pumatok ang Sun Cellular, there were only before 2 dominant players in the telecom industry. Because when Sun Cellular came, marami siyang free text, free call. May kilala akong very high executive, one of the top executives of the 2 kalaban nila. Alam mo sa bahay, lahat sila nakasandaw. Bakit? Kalaban mo yan Kasi kung hahanapin mo dahil katulong, hahanapin mo yung anak mo, hahanapin mo yung misis mo, saan gagamitin na lang nila? Within the house, It forced Globe and Smart to bring down prices, to make calls within the same, naging free ang call natin. Diba? Smart to Smart, Globe to Globe. Yan ang one way he wanted to make his business excellent. By being efficient, not too expensive, and serving a mass consumer market.
Yung Sun Cellular ba, nung sinimulan niyo yun, plano ba talaga niya na ibenta rin later on yun? Or talagang he really wanted to make it also big?
He wants to make it big and he wants to make it top 2, top 3 usually. Kung hindi masyadong nag-excel, binibenta na lang niya like Presto, ice cream. Not doing too well, binenta na niya. Ako, yata yung mga makina yata, binenta abroad na yata Si Mr. George T. and Mr. John Gonkongwei Jr. told me something I could not forget, which all of us should learn. Everything daw is for sale at the right price. Walang emotional attachment. I think he is essentially, fundamentally a trader at heart pa rin. Of course, it's an industrialist and everything, but kung may opportunity, he will sell several. Ang obsession niya, he wants to build JG Summit as an organization, as a corporation that will last beyond his and his son's lifetime. Yun ang magaling. Anong ginawa niya? Nag-IPO siya, all these companies. All the major companies are publicly listed. Why is it very good? May check and balance Yung IPO is one way to make sure you will last beyond the family's success.
You talked a lot about John Gonkongwei and also Lance Gonkongwei. I want to know your sense naman kay Robina Gonkongwei kasi
yes.
What's your take on paano niya pinapatakbo yung some of their subsidiaries also?
Alam ko si Robina Gonkongwei is a very creative and hardworking person. Si Robina, like all the children of John Gonkongwei Jr., are very humble, very simple lifestyle, very down to earth, and very hardworking. Yun ang you can be assured of. Parang nagkaroon ng empleyado ang mga JG Summit na trustworthy and sobrang hardworking.
By the way, to everyone watching this, ito deep dive natin to, fundamental analysis, qualitative to. We're looking at the qualitative side of the business, the people behind the business, things that are not measured by the numbers. You said that Ayala Corp is a company that pwede mong sure ka 100 years from now will be okay. At the ending of that video, sabi mo, JG Summit will be the next Ayala Corp also. If you are watching this video 2020, you think it's for people na hindi naman talaga nila gusto mag-trade, hindi nila gusto bantayan araw-araw yung stock na yon. Is it possible that they will buy JG Summit tapos 20 years from now, you're confident that they will still be there?
If people want to put their money in companies that will last beyond even their lifetimes, and pwede ipamana sa apo nila, sa anak nila, JG Summit is one of them. Yun ang vision ni John Gonkongwei Jr. He wants a company that will last generations. And I could see it. JG Summit is the newer version of Ayala Group with the entrepreneurial spirit pa rin up to now. We are still a developing country, but we have many companies that have lasted a long time.
Got it. Amazing. So, we are now in our second part of this series. Una, nag-start tayo ng Ayala Corp. Pangalawa, JG Summit. pangatlo, and sabi mo, isa sa pinaka-magagaling, pinaka-simple, yung Gonkongweis. Sino sa tingin mo ang mas simple? Yung next guest natin or yung next topic natin, yung Henry C. Group naman. Sino mas, kasi pareho silang simple. In your experience, sino mas pinaka down to earth na alam mo yung hindi sila masyadong glamorous also on the way they do.
Yes. Alam mo si Mr. Henry C. and the entire family, especially the children, similar. The founders were both rags to riches. The founders were both immigrants, and the children were brought up in a very simple way and very hardworking. Hindi sila extravagant personally, pero they have run both their companies super efficient. In SM, hindi siya 5-star hotel, pero whenever you go to any SM mall, okay ang aircon anywhere. Okay ang CR. Okay ang stores. There's a minimum standard of good quality in everything that they have touched and they have run. Whether it's BDO, anything, believe ako. Ang galing ng pamilya ni Henry C. Sr. That's one guy I admire personally also and knew personally very, very well. And admire him. Talagang ang galing. Even the wife niya, like the wife of John Gonkongwei Jr., very good mother, the two of them. The way they raised their children, incredible. Alam mo, si Henry C. very lucky. He has several young Henry C's in the company. Every single child niya is like a Henry C.
Wow.
In terms of, parang na-replicate niya. Parang na-clone niya almost. Siyempre, hindi naman the same ang original kahit pa paano. Parang na-clone niya himself in Daisy Coulson, in Hansi. Every one of them incredible.
Galing.
And very admirable.
And that's what we're gonna talk about in the next video. We will talk about the richest family in the Philippines. So guys, kung madami kayo natutunan, lagay nyo sa comment section, I want Wilson, or kung may questions kayo,
thank you.
Lagay nyo, we're gonna make more videos about that. Pero before I put this to close, alam ko, sabi mo yung brother-in-law mo nanonood, gusto mo ba siyang batiin?
Yes! Gusto ko batiin. Nanonood sa iyo. Hindi ko alam na kilala ka din pala. Hindi naman kayo nag-usap ng si James So, at saka wife niya, si Marilu So, sister ko, they admire you and your videos. Nagulat ako nung first interview mo sa akin about the Philippine economy and stocks. Biglang minessage ako ng sister ko sa FB Messenger. Uy, si Jen, pinapanood ka, tuwang-tuwa daw siya. Very happy daw siya after watching the video. Ang galing mo daw, Marvin. Congratulations to what you're doing to help the Philippine economy and investors and business people in general. Tuwang-tuwa siya.
Thank you.
James So and Marilu So.
Okay, so thank you so much. And guys, pakisuportahan Kamuning Bakery in Quezon City. Supportahan natin si Wilson.
Thank you, Marvin.
Flores. Okay, so everyone, abangan nyo, third video coming out soon. Pag-uusapan natin
Thank
SM. And to everyone, trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.
Good quality operations, good quality service. When you buy sa SM, matutuwa ka. Hindi ka maiinis kahit na marami silang customer. So, that is to me very admirable. And the management of SM Group is fantastic. Tessie Coulson is a very outstanding business leader. Flores.